what kind of album did you deliberately set out to make with In Utero as opposed to what you did with Nevermind?
Well, we had an idea of a sound that we've been wanting for a long time, you know, because of Steve Albini's production from a lot of other bands like Breeders and the Pixies and stuff like that. You know those bands. You never heard of them? It's just that sound that we really like, and we thought that sounded so natural and real, and it has a really beautiful ambience to it. So that's why we chose it.
There was a review I just read of it that said it sounded like you set out to make the last punk rock record, and you ended up making what sounded like the first punk rock record.
We were out to commit commercial suicide.
Yeah.
What else were we out to do? Career suicide.
To pee off our A&R man.
The sound that Albini got, I mean, was it the drum
Right
sound
away,
of your dreams?
yeah. As soon as we started, the first song that we recorded, we listened back to it and said, okay, yeah, that's his sound, that's what we wanted, you know. Which isn't, I mean, it is his sound, it's a trademark sound, but it's something that I personally have had in my head ever since I've been in a band. Ever since we've had this band going, I've wanted that kind of a sound, because it sounds so natural and real. And, you know, technology nowadays, 99% of all studios sound too, you know, digital, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely not Steve, is it?
Yeah, so he used, you know, a lot of old analog equipment and a lot of microphones, like quadruple the amount of microphones that people normally use.
How did you come up with the title In Utero? What is that? Does it have a specific meaning, or is it meant to be?
It just kind of went in conjunction with the artwork, you know. It sounded nice.
The artwork came first?
Yeah.
And then the title. Yeah. And that was, did you come up with the artwork, or was it, you know?
Yeah, I came up with, I put together, I'd been collecting all these little rubber fetuses and things like that. I've just always been kind of obsessed with birth and death and stuff like that. I'm not a death rocker, but and I don't wear black, but sometimes I like to collect weird things like that. And so I arranged them all together and bought a bunch of flowers and had Charles Peterson take the picture of it. And I don't know.
At one point you were going to call it I Hate Myself and I Want to Die.
Yeah.
Then it was verse, chorus, verse.
Those are fine titles, but just like Rape Me, you know, the title itself confuses people. People would take it too literally. They think we were being serious because no one sees the funny side of us hardly. You know, every picture, you know, if we take a photo shoot, you know, we may smile or make goofy faces 90% of the time, and if we frown for 3 seconds, they'll use those 3-second shots, you know. And it's just, I just have noticed this image of us as being a serious, you know, angry, pissed off band.
Right.
You know, so.
That you think that's the image that people want to have of you, rather than...
I don't know if they want that or if it's just turned out that way. I don't know. We're the cover boys of about 10 different magazines this month. And in every one of those magazines we explain it pretty good. It's a let me repeat that, anti-rape song. I don't know, I just thought, I got tired of people trying to put too much meaning into my lyrics, you know. It's being too, not making enough sense, you know. So I decided to be really blunt and bold. So, and I just thought it's kind of a funny just reward for a person who rapes, like a guy, like a mean asshole who rapes a woman, violates her, and then he goes into jail and gets raped, you know. Yeah. I think it's kind of a justice in a way.
Maybe being offended and not understanding it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, obviously the only reason they were offended because they obviously thought the song was like this, apparently took it as a, you know, macho, you know, I don't know, in some weird way. I mean, I don't exactly know how you would...
They've been programmed by too many beer commercials or
yeah, something. I mean, I don't really know how you would misunderstand something like that.
I thought we've made our stance on rape clear within the last year and a half, you know?
Yeah, but
most anyone who knows about us would probably know that we are pretty much anti-rape
right
at this point, you know?
But yeah, I mean, you would think that would be clear, but I guess these were people who didn't know anything about you and are just like listening to a record, you know? Like if that song all of a sudden starts, I mean, you've obviously, I mean, you had trouble with Saturday Night Live, right? I mean, trying to get that song played.
Yeah.
I mean, why is that? If it's just a straightforward anti-rape song, why are they having a problem with it?
Maybe you shouldn't be talking about it. It's like taboo, you know. Daddy's bonking the little stepchild. I mean, we don't talk about that here. No.
What's controversial about an anti-rape song, basically? I mean, I guess it's the way, it's the nature of the
It's a taboo, you know.
taboo subject.
Yeah.
It's one of the songs that we've been trying to record for since we've been a band.
Yeah.
Every time we went into the studio, we tried to record the song, and it sucked every time.
It's happy, right? What didn't suck? But it wasn't.
Yeah,
up
it
to
sucked,
par.
and this time it just almost didn't suck.
almost-
So.
Oh yeah, it sucked every time.
It
but
barely
yeah,
sucked
it
this
barely
time.
sucked this time.